Hey guys, continuing chapter 6, Iamblichus' Exhortation to Philosophy text. The goal of these videos is for you to read the actual text, to ignite in you the interest towards the actual text. So make sure you buy the text and read it. Okay, this chapter he says, Iamblichus, we're going to start talking about civic and practical life and how philosophy links to that, and why philosophy is not just a theoretical and philosophical thing that we can sort of contemplate and kind of like get lost in, but also a very practical thing that will guide our practical life in an incredible way, in such a way that nothing else will guide it like that. That's how I understand it. Okay, so he says, okay, so there's a man, and the man has various instruments in his life for practical use. And in the chapter, he gives an example of a physical body, for example. And he says, the instruments that the man has, whether they bring use to him or not, depends on how much the man knows how to use those instruments. And that knowledge is science. And this is understandable. Let's say I am an athlete. I need to know about this body, what it is capable of, what to feed it, how to exercise it to reach my athletic goals in life. So if I'm a bodybuilder, I need to know how to eat, what to eat, when to eat, and specifically to my type of body and so forth. And then I can reach my bodybuilding, let's say, athletic goals. So here comes science. Science will teach me those things about the body. But as I understand from this chapter, science is not enough. Science will bring usefulness, for sure. It will teach me what to do with this body, and I can then strive and reach my athletic goals, so to say. And that will be useful. I will use this body as the instrument to reach the practical goals of this life. But as I understood Iamblichus' chapter, this usefulness is not enough on its own. It will not lead to happiness necessarily, because I may abuse this instrument. For example, I am that athlete, and I train so hard and I just push myself to an incredible level to reach those goals that I become miserable. I hate myself, I ruin my family, I hate the world, because I'm so fixated on that goal, and I'm essentially just burning and sacrificing this body for that goal. Trying to find happiness in it, but it's not giving me happiness, it's not giving me the satisfaction that I need. So I'm sure the body is useful, I'm using it, and I have the science of how to use this body for the goal, but something is missing, isn't it? I am not becoming happier. And essentially I'm destroying, for example, we often see this in business, in politicians' lives and so forth. I'm destroying my family, my loved ones, myself, in pursuit of the practical goals of the practical life. So Iamblichus says there are different types of sciences. There are sciences that rule and govern and control. There are sciences of practical things, and I understand that's what he means when he talks about, let's say, physical body, or let's say my phone or computer or whatever. And there is sciences of how to satisfy our wants and desires on a practical level. But above all, there is another science, which is higher than all of these. And this is the element that was missing from my example before with the athlete. And this is the science of the good, philosophy. Because if this athlete possesses this science of the good, its knowledge, his actions, he will not use his instruments in a way that will bring him pain and unhappiness. Because there's no point to do that if he sees things the way they are. He will use them for the benefit, for his family's benefit, for his own benefit, and so forth. So he can still reach his practical goals in life, and at the same time be much happier, be more loving husband, be more loving parent, look after things he's meant to look after, including himself, and not just push himself to the extreme so much that he burns himself in pursuit of that practical goal. So this is the science of the good, the science which teaches us how to use things that we have for the good of ourselves, for the good of others, in harmony with the nature. This is how I understand it. And what if we look at the most men and how they live their life, and there is no science? They live by habit, and it's a habit usually passed on. Again, this is not now, this is my words, this is not Iamblichus. The way I see it is most people live life according to habit. Habit of the culture, habit of television adverts, which create habits of what to buy, what to eat, how to look in front of others, how to behave. From TV movies, from TV series, shows, we see all this. All of this creates a certain habit. And usually this habit is based on stirring up desire, stirring up emotions in the people who watch it. And sure, we may acquire science of how to satisfy wants and desires temporarily by buying a new phone, by buying whatever other thing, or pursuing one type of career over another, and so forth. But whether, and that will be useful to us, but whether that will bring us pain or happiness is another matter. That depends on how much we understand the science of goodness and what is good. Then we can use those things in the right way. So as I understand it, there's nothing wrong with buying a new phone or wanting a new phone or anything like that, so long as that is driven, governed, and controlled by reason and understood by reason, the higher part of our soul. Because then it will not matter so much to you if you bought or not a new phone. If you bought it, great, you're happy. If you cannot buy it, it doesn't matter. As I understand it, it works like this. So this is a very nice chapter. So in summation, the highest science of all is the science of good, because that will influence how we use all other sciences, which relate to instruments that we have in life, starting from body, ending with political abilities, how to manage money, and so forth. All those other sciences are influenced by a more principal science, the science of good, philosophy. Because of that, how much we know this, how much we're absorbed in this, and how much we live according to philosophy, everything else we will do in a certain way, in a way that is more good than if we're absent from this science. Because this science of philosophy, has the principles of how nature organized everything, of how our energies are organized, of our purpose, of our place and role in this nature. So if we live according to that, it is a whole other life, much more useful, beneficial, and happy life than if we live without that. Then we're essentially just living in a kind of some kind of a chaos, a meaningless chaos in a way. That's it. Thank you for watching this video. See you in my next video. Have a good day. Bye bye.